He should be in the breakout room, Judge.
All right, let me close the rooms. It'll force him to come into this one.
Okay.
Here are no. All right, on this one, let me go into Odyssey and see what's happening. This is a collision, Jason, involving an accident. I don't know if it was on the docket.
I'm sorry, Judge.
This one, I don't know if it was on the docket.
Is it?
And Melissa, he only has the collision involving injury, correct? Or causing injury?
Oh, is this?
This is Espinosa, Judge. This is a capital.
Ah,
That one, Judge.
oh, this is the wrong one. Just 1 second. Okay, I have it now.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, yes. So I have the plea deadline date is December 16th. I guess you moved it maybe?
I had it December 16th, correct. But when I mentioned to you that we may need a motion for continuance, you said go ahead and file it. And so that we could, if we didn't need to bring him over on the 16th, then we wouldn't.
Okay, all right. So you want the plea deadline date extended, is that correct?
That would be preferable, yes.
So my understanding is because your doctor hasn't had a chance to do their evaluations or review things?
That's correct.
All right, so state, are you going to have any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, so did they give you a timeline, Ms. Christian?
So he did send me an email, Judge, and he thought that he could see him in probably early January. So if we could get something either late January or early February, that would be optimal.
All right, and Mr. Espinosa, how old are you?
19, ma'am.
All right, Norma, put this February 18th, and that will be your plea deadline date.
That's great.
Is everyone in agreement to February 18th as plea deadline?
That's good for the state, Judge.
That's good for us, Judge. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you February 18th. And Ms. Ferguson, if you'll make sure he's taken off the docket for December 16th. Do you have any questions, Mr. Espinosa?
No, ma'am. But I would like to talk to my attorney after this, if that's
All right,
possible.
what I'll do
Okay.
is I will send you to the breakout room. And Melissa, once you're done speaking with him in the breakout room,
Yes, ma'am.
we'll just let the deputy know he can be excused from that room.
Of course, I will do so.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, who's here on John Anthony Ramirez? All right, so we're here for an update.
Yes, Your Honor, that's
So
correct.
how is he doing?
I think under circumstances fairly well, Judge. He's had some missed tests and things of that nature. However, without getting into too much detail regarding his medical situation, he does have problems with his memory, maybe the onset of early dementia, Alzheimer's. He's getting medical treatment for, Judge. So, I mean, he notified me of that, and we're speaking that he had some of the missed tests, right?
Yes. So Judge, he has been reporting to his officer as necessary. However, he is not reporting to submit to his urinalysis. And we did set him up with a couple of appointments to start the dual diagnosis outpatient program, in which he mandated the last time he was here in court. And he has failed to attend the intake for those. So we're asking that possibly give him one more chance and making sure that he attends the intake and starts to submit his UAs.
All right, let me ask you this. Where is the intake? Where does that take place at, the intake?
Now.
All right, can you see? Because I don't want to punish somebody if it's dementia issues or some other type of mental health issues that is stopping this. But I am concerned that he reports, but he doesn't do these other things. That's an issue for the court. So do you know if they're available to see him today?
There are specific days that the intake happens. I will double check if you give me a moment.
All right, we're going to see if they're available to see him today
Yes, Your Honor.
and if he's available to do a UA today.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't think that would be an issue because he stated that he has a appointment with his probation officer today after court. But he was going to make that appointment, so I don't foresee any issue with him UAing, Judge. And
See,
obviously,
this is what I don't understand then. Sir, I don't understand how you know you have an appointment with probation and you make that, but then you don't make your other appointments. it sounds to me as though maybe you're not gonna be clean.
No, but this is hard for me, because I forget the exam.
But how do you remember your probation officer's date when you need to see your probation officer? That's what I'm not
Because
understanding.
when I write it down, when it comes to me, I put it down on the refrigerator.
So why are you not writing down your other appointments and placing them
I
on the
do
refrigerator?
remember. I just don't know where left them, man. You know, I left it in my apartment.
All right, I don't understand this. So, yes,
I recommended for him to keep a schedule and to constantly view that and to adopt that practice, and his sister is able to maybe help him, remind him. I know it's his life and he shouldn't be leaning as much on family members because he has to take responsibility for himself, but I was recommending those things that he can make his appointments with, and I notified him that he needs to make those appointments as mandated by the court, because if not, he could be ending up in an orange jumpsuit like that behind bars if he's not taking the probation matter seriously. And he stated he's gonna work on those things, and he said it's an issue regarding forgetfulness, but we're gonna work on those things to combat that, Judge.
all right, let's do this. Let's see if they have a date available today. And if they don't, we're gonna see what date they give me.
Okay.
And if he misses another appointment and I don't have any documentation that there is a mental health issue related to that,
Yes, Your Honor.
one or two things are gonna happen. One, he's gonna end up having to do the appointment at the Bear County Jail, which means you're gonna be in custody, or a motion to revoke is gonna be filed. So have a seat, and we're gonna see what date they can give you. And you're gonna have a date before you leave here today. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then I'll give you a reset date for you all to come back to court.
Definitely, Your Honor. And then once I confer with probation and get a date, can I reapproach at that time?
Yes,
Great, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Raymond Alejandro. All right, so are you ready to proceed on this?
We would like to get a day to respond, Judge. I
Okay.
was gonna file a response on this.
Okay,
Judge, I'm sorry.
If you wanna go
No, I was
first.
interrupting. Go ahead.
If the court is willing to entertain my arguments now, or would the court prefer a written motion?
And
oh, however you all want to present it.
I would ask for orderly, the 30-day deadline, I think is gonna be tomorrow, so we're trying to
All right,
work that. We did get an investigator who's willing to help if the court.
all right, Norma,
proceeds.
if you have Mr. Raymond Alejandro, because I'm assuming he's still at the jail.
He's not. He's been transferred to TDC.
All right, Norma, are you able to have Mr. Raymond Alejandro see if possibly tomorrow? I know it's late. All they can do is say no. Nothing hurts a failure but a try. So if you'll call the prison and see if he can be available by phone, and I can recall this for tomorrow.
And I understand, Judge. I just, then even if we get the information tomorrow, we'll have a few hours to work it and try to get the court in motion for new trial.
Okay.
Okay, sure. And if Mr. Alejandro is not able to be present by phone, would the court still?
If there's not gonna be any objections to his not being present.
Okay.
All right. Eric Kelly?
Present, Judge,
Yes.
along with Mr. Captain.
All right, today is plea deadline date. So are you all requesting jury trial?
It looked that way. You don't want to accept the state's offer, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right, you want a jury trial?
Yes, please, ma'am.
All righty. We may or may not be in trial on something else today, but I can recall it for tomorrow for trial.
Judge, when we talked about this date, the last
Yeah.
time we were here, I told you I'm not even supposed to be here today,
Yeah.
so I won't be here tomorrow.
Are you on the aggravated robbery?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, we have a unavailability notice on file for months now from the December 9th to January 9th.
from December 9th to January 9th?
Right.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. This is criminal trial division. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome. And state, if you can make sure that an acknowledgement of discovery has been completed. Charles Claycomb. All right, Deputy, if you can make an announcement for Charles A. Claycomb. Counsel, do you know if this was a PR bond or was it a commercial bond?
I don't know. I know he was, when he was booked, he was like homeless and then he had like infectious diseases and then the case was filed at large instead of arrest.
Okay,
So
well, do you want to have time to perhaps see if you can locate him or you want to proceed with the hearing?
I think just proceed.
All right, Norma, on this case, is it a PR bond or a commercial bond? Because it's not showing on my system. It says bond made, but it doesn't show if it was a PR bond or a commercial bond.
If there is a commercial bond, I mean, I could use a day or two to call them and maybe,
Okay,
but is it?
all right,
Okay,
all right, so you want to see about doing that first?
yeah, I'll do that.
Because I see in the report, there's some mental health issues as
Yeah.
well. All right. Then what we'll do is we'll recall this. Are you going to be here on the 12th? That's a Thursday.
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. That sounds good. Let me look. If you don't mind.
No problem.
Yes.
All right, Norma, if you'll recall this for December 12th,
All right. Thanks, Judge.
you're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Arturo Villanueva. Yes.
Hi, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is on. We have conferred with the state on this matter, Your Honor. We have not come to an agreement on it. And that's where we're at.
All right, we're calling up a jury then.
I do have some, I'm ready pending my motions, which I have filed and I have conferred with the state on them.
Okay.
They're- So whenever the court's ready on that, on those pretrial matters.
All right. What pretrial matters do you have? And if you can make sure that there's a copy given to the clerk so that I can review those.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Michael Cox. All right, so here's my question. The motions to revoke, have those been resolved?
Not yet. We're trying to work out a package deal on all cases, Your Honor. We're coming with a substantial amount of restitution up front on the new case.
Has it been paid?
I have the money. We need to come up with an amount because Mr. Edelman has not been able to contact the CW.
All right, that needs to be done today. This is going to be off the court's docket today. So whatever y'all need to do, go confer, go talk to whomever you need to talk to.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Meagan Conacher. All right, and this is for sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 1309, State of Texas versus Meagan Kathleen Conacher. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Lorraine Efren for Meagan.
And are you Miss Conacher?
Conacher.
I know I keep mispronouncing your name. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Just give me one moment. All right. We're here for sentencing in this matter. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 8 years in the prison and the state is silent on your application.
Well, I think what it is, they're recommending probation, but silent on deferred.
That is correct. Thank
Okay,
you.
Yeah, I want to make sure.
All
And I
right.
think it's kind of an unusual, I think it's a 7-year, an 8-year underlying with a 7-year rec.
All right, so Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state? Defense, any objection to the PSI report?
No, Your Honor.
Have both parties had a chance to review the TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the TAP evaluation?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then the state is silent on the application for a deferred adjudication. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor. I guess I would like the court to note that her mom is here in support. And I have some things I'd like to urge on her behalf. She may want to say a few words.
All right, so I'm looking at her criminal history. She's been on deferred adjudication before. And that deferred adjudication was revoked. And she was given 44 days in the Bexar County Jail with the judgment satisfied. And so why should I grant her deferred adjudication? She's been given deferred before.
I understand, Judge. Megan's come a long way and she's still in process. She's suffered a lot of trauma over her life and her childhood. And then was kind of deep in her addiction, which led to this offense. Since then, she has begun counseling and is sober.
Yes,
And she feels like the counseling that she's engaging in right now is very helpful to her.
I'm also on medication now.
And she would greatly value the opportunity to avoid a felony conviction if possible. Due to her age and circumstances in life, it could be really important for her not to have that felony conviction. Although we did talk at length about it, and you can see it's kind of an unusual deal for us to come like this, but and we're appreciative of the probation. She just would like an opportunity, if she could, to prove herself and to avoid the conviction. And she has an appointment with her counselor this Wednesday, in fact.
Just one moment. Excuse me, no talking behind the court reporter. All right, you may continue.
Okay. And did you want to say?
Just that when I was offered deferred the first
You want to
time.
raise your right hand?
Sorry.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Meagan Kinnicker.
All right, you may proceed.
When I got put on deferred adjudication the last time, I was very young and I was freshly new into my addiction and didn't know as much as I know about myself now. And I wasn't willing to do the work that I am willing to do now.
All right, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Who is Tyree Ranford?
He's the guy that I'd met at the bus stop who had the drugs.
So are you employed?
I work for an app called ShiftSmart.
And what do you do?
I go to different Circle Ks and I either clean the store or stock their walk-in freezer.
All right. Any other witnesses you want to call, Mom?
No.
So that I can have,
I didn't talk to the mom about testifying, but if she's here, I think she'd be willing to see if the court had any questions for her.
I do.
Okay. Oh, what's her name? Maureen Hennifer.
All right, the deputy is going to have you stand over there. All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Maureen Kinnicker.
All right, so I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
All right, I'm trying to make a decision on whether or not to give her a felony conviction or whether or not to give her deferred adjudication. So just before we start with my questions, I want you to know that your testimony, if I don't give her deferred, it's not your fault. If I do give her your deferred, so there is no need for you, every answer that you give me is the correct answer. So is she currently living with you?
Yes.
All right. And when she was placed on deferred adjudication back in 2015, was she living with you or no?
Oh, yeah, no,
All right.
no.
So what is her daily routine like with you?
It varies. It depends on if she has a shift. If she has a shift, she's up and gone before I'm up because she has to take the bus.
Mhm.
Otherwise they're home. I mean, her daughter's at the house too. She's 14 and we're homeschooling. There's other issues with her daughter. It's just, either she goes to work or she's at the house, honestly.
You wake up, you make breakfast.
No,
What
I
ti-
wake up and run out the door to work.
Okay, what time do you normally wake up?
I'm up by like 5:30, 6
And
on a
what-
workday.
And what time are you out of the house?
I gotta be by 7 or I'm late for work.
Okay. And then Megan and her daughter, are they
home,
they're
yeah.
usually up or getting up?
Bella, not so much, but Megan, yeah, yeah.
All right. So when she was in her addiction in the past,
Mhm.
were you able to notice changes and could you tell that there were issues?
She wasn't at my house when she started that.
Okay.
I am a registered nurse and I have seen it. There are times when I've seen it, yes.
All right. So you would
In the
be able to
past.
know if there are some issues if she were falling off her schedule.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right. And if she were to fall off her schedules,
And she's
Would-
out of my house.
all right. Well, before she's out of your house, would you be willing to contact probation?
Oh, yeah, if
All right.
that's what you want me to do, absolutely.
And what I can tell you, this defense counsel will tell you that if someone has a mental health issue, if they have a drug issue, my goal when they're placed on probation is to help them with that and help them stay on track. Of
Mhm.
course, if they're not doing their part, then sometimes there's nothing I can do for them but send them to prison. So I will want to alleviate any fears that you have that sometimes parents may have. Oh, I can't tell probation because my child will go to prison.
Ma'am, I'm a registered nurse. I can't have it in my house.
Okay.
I can't.
So you'll let us know?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Well, I guess it would, if I.
Sure.
Does it appear to you she's doing better now?
Oh, yeah. 100%. I mean, she has lived with, so she was very good right before COVID, right? And we actually went through getting her daughter away from her dad
Mhm.
because that was a big thing.
Mhm.
And she did great. She actually homeschooled her daughter and my other granddaughter because she was the only one that got furloughed.
Mhm.
She did wonderfully all through that. Then she kind of slid a little bit after that. And then she left. And so, yeah,
So she had a pretty bad relapse. She was out there,
right.
but now she's doing better.
Yes.
Does she appear clearer to you?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I can tell. I can tell. When she's eating me out of house and home, I know she's good.
Is she eating you out?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, I love that. Thank you.
The
All right,
truth.
so I
Thank you
love
so
it.
much.
I think we all know that's a good
Any
sign.
questions, State?
No, you're on.
All right. Thank you.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. If you'll come forward. So according to the TAP evaluation, I think they're recommending DDRF. Is that correct?
I did see that rec for the DDRF and Mick.
And it's
Your analysis after and silver support.
I'm sorry.
Monthly your analysis and silver support.
And
All right. Are you currently receiving mental health treatment?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is that with?
Right side?
do you have your phone here?
Yeah.
Would you mind if we showed the appointment on her phone?
Oh, no, she just will need to give it to
Okay.
probation.
She has some information on her phone if the court would care to see it.
No. She'll need to show it to probation.
Okay.
So probation, I'm thinking we'll start with, since she's already receiving treatment through Brightside, you're gonna have to sign a release so that probation can have that and they'll know when your appointments are. DDRF, that's in custody. So you need to make sure that you stay on track with everything.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Tyree, Tyree, Ranford, Ranford. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, MIC caseload, continued treatment with right side, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months, 120 sober meetings in 120 days, $1,500 fine that will be probated, 200 hours of community service restitution. What is your dream job?
Dual diagnosis substance abuse counselor.
Okay. If you are able to do that and complete it and obtain your certification, the court will deem the community service hours satisfied.
Okay.
Probation, is there anything else? I'm sorry, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Anything else, probation? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record in this courtroom and state your excuse. In this courtroom, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, you need to let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. You're going to need to sign those releases so probation can make sure that you're keeping up with your appointments at Brightside. Do you understand? Do you have any questions about anything? All right, just wait in the courtroom and probation will go over conditions for you.
In Your Honor, I thought the misdemeanor was being TIC'd on this.
Let me check and see. Yes, and taking consideration 707107.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Does that mean I have to report on it now? No, they'll get this.
Counsel, you ready?
May I reapproach Judge on John Ramirez?
Yes.
Deputy, these two gentlemen at the end. Need to go on home.
Yes.
He's present, Judge, and in reference to his matter, probation did inform us that he is scheduled for an intake appointment for outpatient services, 8:00 a.m. for tomorrow.
All right, so if you do not make probation on John Ramirez, if he doesn't make that appointment for tomorrow, file a motion to revoke. All right. Do you have any questions?
I'll make it.
Duly noted, we've discussed the importance of that meeting, and he's definitely going to be there, Judge, and follow all the instructions of the court.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Nothing further, Judge, may be excused.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Excuse me, y'all have dimmed the lights.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. And we've gone back down. Michonne. I'm waiting for the hors d'oeuvres to be served now. All right, hi.
Hi.
All right, so are you all ready to proceed?
Ready, Your Honor.
Could I have a file stamp for a motion to revoke? And could I have another sheet because there's no room left on this sheet? All right. Did you do a trial court certification?
Well, she's not taking a plea today or anything. She already was continued, but she
there was an issue about her signing up for Esperanza Court. So you
Oh.
wanted to see. It.
Ah, okay. Did she sign up?
Judge, so we completed the motion to revoke the last.
No, Your Honor, she hasn't. She says that she hasn't been a prostitute of any kind for over 7 to 8 years. She didn't feel that it was something that was really appropriate for her. So she didn't sign.
All right. Ms. Abrams? So where are we sending her?
There wasn't.
She just, even when she was accepted into Esperanza Court, she said she just wanted to go back to her and the judge and possibly take her time.
All right. So you just want to take your time? Because let me just tell you, either you're going to Esperanza Court or you're going into somebody's inpatient treatment at the jail.
Did want to point this out to the judge. Looks like there was a TAP evaluation done. I think that's recently. I'm sure the date, but since this MTR.
All right.
And I don't know, there's a recommendation in there.
Yeah, it's a state ISF inpatient treatment. So do you want to talk to her? Because she's saying that she just wants to do her time.
Well, I don't know. I talked to her and she didn't tell me that. She sounded like she wasn't sure.
All right, so here's the thing. You're either going to ISF, and if you don't sign for it, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. You want to speak to her about that?
I
This is-
could, but I was wondering if I could recall it for tomorrow to do
No,
that.
this is getting completed today.
Well, yeah, I've got to go to another court.
All right,
before
this is
close.
being completed today.
What do you want to do?
I was just confused that you say like, communication is the key. It's too hard to communicate when
All
you're in
right, let me
jail.
just tell you, here's the communication. You were scheduled to go to Esperanza Court.
Okay,
You have said, oh, I don't qualify for Esperanza Court. So Esperanza Court is off the table. You're going to go to ISF. It's an inpatient treatment facility.
mhm.
Now, probation has informed me that you no longer want to be on probation. That's fine. If you want to just go do some time and be done, you
I
can.
do want to be on probation.
So I'm hoping that there's no issue with communication. So here are your two choices. You can sign for ISF today. If you don't want to sign for it, that's fine. A motion to revoke is going to be filed. We will hear that motion today. Those are your two choices. So discuss that with your attorney. Thank you.
Actual local jail time served. The 10th of October 2024, still in jail. The 19th of July 2024, 2 days, released on bond. The 3rd of September 2024, 4 days, released on bond. The 23rd of December 2023, 13 days, probation granted. The 19th of October 2022, 7 days, released on bond. The 5th of November 2022, same day, PR bond. The 10th of December 2017 to the 14th of December 2017 days, judgment satisfied. The 7th of June 2017, 13 days, released on bond. The 19th of July 2015, 40 days, sentence expired early. The 5th of August 2015, 46 days, released on bond. The 15th of December 2014, 1 day, released on bond. The 14th of February 2014, 2 days, transferred to. The 16th of October 2013, 10 days, transferred to. The 9th of October 2013, same day, released on bond. The 18th of June 2013, 15 days, released on bond. The 28th of May 2013, same day, released on bond. The 13th of February 2013, 23 days, PR bond. The 20th of April 2012, 84 days, PR bond. The 18th of December 2011, 58 days, released on bond. The 6th of December 2011, 82 days, sentence expired early. The 27th of March 2011, 6 days, released on bond. The 6th of November 2010, 55 days, transferred to. The 8th of April 2009, 51 days, transferred to. The 16th of September 2006, 55 days, transferred to. The 21st of April 2006, 32 days, continued on probation. The 21st of November 2005 to the 3rd of June 2006, continued on probation. The The 27th of July 2005, 55 days, continued on probation. The 15th of November 2004, same day, released on bond. The 21st of September 2004, 1 day, bond reinstated. The 6th of January 2004, same day, PR bond. The 19th of March 2004, 6 days, released on bond. The 20th of July 2003, 2 days, PR bond.
Karen Delilah S.N. Miguel Munoz, age 45. 2022 Possession Controlled Substance Penalty Group 1 is equal to 1 gram 24 grams, sentenced to 5 years deferred January 2024, resentenced to 5 years, suspended 5 years referred to Esperanza Court in custody and tape eval in custody. 2024 Possession Controlled Substance Penalty Group 1/1 be less than 1 gram, getting dismissed today, dismissed, defendant convicted order. 2023 Possession Controlled Substance Penalty Group 1 less than 1 gram dismissed, defendant convicted order. 2016 Smex Walker, 3 or more priors, it sentenced 73 days. 2014 Smex Walker, 3 or more priors, it sentenced 6 months, sent expired early. 2013 Smex Walker, 3 or more priors, it sentenced 11 days. 2013 Smex Walker, served 5 days. 2013 Smex Walker, served 12 days. 2013 Smex Walker dismissed, defendant convicted order. 2013 Post CSPG 1 less than 1 gram dismissed, insufficient evidence. 2013 Smex Walker dismissed, insufficient evidence. 2012 Smex Walker reject, further invest. 2011 credit/debit card abuse dismissed. 2011 another credit/debit card abuse pretrial supervision terminated, unsatisfactory. Dismissed, CDFC MVI-NSF. 2011 and another credit/debit card abuse pretrial supervision terminated, unsatisfactory dismissed, CDFC MVI-NSF. 2011 and yet another credit/debit card abuse pretrial supervision terminated, unsatisfactory dismissed, CDFC MVI-NSF. 2011 theft under $1,500 enhanced, sentence 6 months, sent expired early. 2010 theft $50, $500, sentence 30 days. 2004 theft $20 to $500, check, sentence 70 days, released early. 2004 robbery, sentenced to 8 years deferred, revoked after 6 MTR settings, resentenced 5 years prison, released April 4, 2008.